Hey everyone, and welcome to my evening routine when I'm solo parenting. If you're new here, I am not a single mom. I just want to clarify, I know what solo parenting sounds like. Shout out to single moms, that you guys have the hardest jobs in the entire world. I have so much love and respect for you. I was raised by a single mom, so I know. But my husband has just been working a lot of overtime lately. I'm not getting home until around 8:30, sometimes later, and so a lot of the household responsibilities and taking care of the kids in the evening falls on me. So that's what you're going to see in this video. Right now, I'm still predominantly working from home, so I'm in my little home office, just trying to wrap up the day, which usually happens at around 5:30, depending on what's going on. On this particular day, though, I had to wrap closer to 5 because I needed to pick the kids up from my mom's house where they were being watched for the day. But before I head out, I like to just do like a quick cleanup of any of the dishes so that I'm not like adding to them after we do dinner time. I like to kind of just like clean up the mess from the daytime, then have a new mess after dinner time because, you know when you have kids, there's like literally just always a mess. Then once I finish that, I head out the door to go grab the kids. I actually really love the days that I drop them off at my mom's house because even though I miss them all day, it is nice to have some kind of quiet time to work in the house. And also I like the little drive to her house. It feels like a mini commute. And brownie points to anyone who can guess what I'm jamming out to right now in the car. I will give you a hint. It is a 90s hip hop classic. And if you know what it is, you're pretty much just my kind of people. But as much as I love the drive, the evening drive can be a little bit tricky because the kids are usually tired from having fun at Gammy and Papa Z's, and they always pass out in the back seat, like always. And I never know if Josiah is going to be in a good mood or not. This day, we were lucky. He was in a good mood. And Ariella pretty much always wakes up in a good mood. And so once we got inside, Josiah was happy to see the dogs. The dogs were happy to see him, especially Charlotte. She's his best friend, and she misses him all day long. Now on the days where I pick them up, we don't get back home until around 6 o'clock and the kids go to bed at 7:30. So it's a pretty short window of time to get everything done. I kind of combat this by having their food already made and like portioned out in the fridge. This way, all I have to do is pull out each kid's meals and warm them up and then get them going. If I had to make dinner for everybody or, try to figure it out and put something together, it would just take forever and the kids probably wouldn't eat until 7 o'clock. And so this is just what I do, and it's been super helpful. So if you're struggling with dinner time, maybe just have things ready to go for the kids at least, so that you don't have to worry about that. And because of the kids' age right now, I don't eat dinner when they eat dinner. I eat dinner after I put them to bed, but I do sit with them, and I enjoy it. It can be frustrating sometimes, especially because toddlers can be a little finicky about food, but on the days especially where they haven't been with me all day, I find that I have a little bit more patience at dinner time, and I enjoy dinner time a little bit more because it's my chance to catch up with them. And so I sit in between them, I feed Ari, but also I have to reach over and help Josiah because he's a toddler and he gets distracted and he gets silly, but the two of them at dinner time are hysterical because they just like to go back and forth and try to make each other laugh. So it is pretty fun to watch as a mom, to see them bond as brother and sister. Then, of course, it's time for the dreaded post-dinner cleanup. Got to wipe down all of the sticky faces and hands and the seats that they were sitting in. Thankfully, the dogs do a good job of cleaning up the floor of anything that has fallen, so highly recommend dogs. They're like the cutest Roombas ever. But yeah, if there's a big mess, I usually try to clean it up at this point so I don't have to worry about it later. Then I like to do a little bit of playtime with the kids. This time is really more for me than it is for them, especially on a day where they weren't at home all day with me, like where they were out and about and I haven't seen them. I just feel like I need a little bit of extra time, but how much time I dedicate to playtime really depends on how much time we have, like how long dinner took or if we got home exactly at 6, like a lot of factors. Like this might only be 10 minutes of our night, or it could be, 30 depending on what's going on. And so I do like to have this time though regardless. It also just helps the kids get a little bit more tired before putting them down for bed. Now, newer to our evening routine is making sure that Josiah does his chores. So right now he has one chore, and that is to feed the dogs. It used to be my chore, now it is his, and he really enjoys it. So he goes and he collects all the dog bowls for me. We get out the dog food, I pour it in the bowls, and then he distributes all of the bowls to where each dog eats. And he has been so great about reminding me every morning and every evening it's time to feed the dogs. It's like his favorite activity. I think he just loves being helpful and feeling helpful. So if you have a 2-year-old, maybe consider giving them an easy little chore to do. Then it was bath time. Luckily for me, only one child needed a bath on this night. Josiah gets a bath every single night. Ariella gets a bath every other night at this point. So this was not her night for a bath. I only had to do one kid's bath night. So I put her in Josiah's crib so I could see her from the bathroom. And I take care of Josiah's bath, and then we all go in the room and we comb hair and we put lotion on. And of course, brush teeth, because we have lots of teeth now to brush. And so I've been working on brushing his teeth and teaching him how to brush his teeth. Honestly, this was a struggle until I bought Paw Patrol toothpaste, and then it became a lot easier. So I recommend that if you're having trouble. So then all three of us migrate over to Ariella's bedroom to get her ready for bed. This is just the way I have to do it so that I can have eyes on everybody at all times. I keep a couple of Josiah's toys in her room so he has something to play with while I am taking care of her. And then after Ariella's all changed into her new diaper and her pajamas, we all sit down to read a story together, usually one that Josiah picks out. And it's the perfect place to end the night because Ariella's room is actually the only one with the rocking chair. So we all sit together and we read a nice story together, and I actually love this time having both of my babies just like sitting still on my lap. This might be the highlight of my day. After one story, Josiah will usually negotiate in a second one, but he wasn't really feeling any of the books in Ariella's room this night, so he just started running around. He just had so much energy. I figured I would just sit, enjoy some extra snuggles with Ariella, and just let him get his energy out, and that is what we did. I think we made it to bed probably closer to 7:30 on this particular night, just because he had a lot of energy. That little car nap really just gave him a boost. I usually always put Ariella to bed first just because she is the easiest to put to bed. She doesn't put up a whole lot of a fight about it. So I just get her situated in her little sleep sack, get her in her crib, and I will come back up to bring her milk in a little bit. I just have to get Josiah in his crib, but as you can see, he's like over here trying to climb into her bed. So I got to bring him down the hall, get him situated in his own bed, and try to get him to calm down because he will literally just jump in his bed like it's a trampoline. I actually think he's broken like springs in his mattress. I'm pretty sure. But once I get his sound machine on and I say my goodnight to him, I just close him in there and just pray that he sleeps through the night. He's going through a little bit of a 2-year sleep regression. So I forgot to mention that Josiah had his last milk of the day when I was getting Ariella ready for bed. So I just needed to run upstairs and give her her bottle. We let her take her last bottle in her crib. That's always what we did with Josiah, and it worked out well, and she likes the same routine, so we've just kind of stuck with that. Once the kids are in bed, I head downstairs to figure out what Mike and I are going to have for dinner. It could be a variety of things. I might have to cook something. I might already have food prepared that we just have to heat up. I might have to order food. On this particular night, I just made frozen pizzas from Target. I actually really enjoy some of their frozen pizzas. They're actually really good. I highly recommend if you haven't tried them. But I just did that, and I love an easy dinner night, something that doesn't require a whole lot of thought or work on my part, especially on these evenings where I have to pretty much do all of the work around the house and with the kids. Just need to make it easier on myself. Like, I'm not going for like, mom and wife of the year here. Like, just good enough is good enough. Back over to what feels like my second home, the kitchen sink. I'm gonna wash up any of the kids' dishes from dinner. This is also when I would wash any of the dishes that I used to make dinner if I cooked that evening, only because I hate washing them after I eat. I just like to get it all done before I sit down and relax for the evening. Next, I head into the living room and just do a quick sweep of all of the kids' toys, put them somewhere I can't see them. This takes about 5 minutes, but honestly, it makes such a big difference for me to just transform this space from like a kid's space back into an adult space at the end of the day. After crossing a couple things off my to-do list, like the dishes and dinner, I carve out some time for myself to just relax and decompress. And that's really just doing whatever I want to do. On this particular night, I decided I wanted a glass of wine and I wanted to sit and catch up on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. If you guys are Real Housewives fans, what's your favorite cities? My favorite is definitely New Jersey, with Atlanta and Beverly Hills tying for second. After I give myself some time to just chill out, then I'll get back to doing some things on my to-do list. And this kind of varies like night by night. It could be laundry, it could be organizing things. On this particular night, Mother's Day was approaching, and I wanted to send a gift to my kid's birth mom. So that's what I'm doing in this clip. I'm just putting together a gift for her. Another thing on my to-do list this evening was to go online and pay some bills, because being an adult is so much fun and the bills literally just never stop coming in. And so that's what I have to do. Usually I can see Mike pulling into the driveway from our living room window. So I saw him pull in. I decided to jump up, get the pizza ready. I figured he was going to be hungry. I think at this point in the night, it's about 8:40, so it's late. He hasn't eaten since lunchtime, and I wanted to make sure things were ready for him. I also decided, since I had already had a glass of wine, we might as well make it like a little cute coffee table date night with our pizza and wine. So I poured Mike a glass for him to come home to as well. And then we just sit down and have a late dinner together and catch up on each other's days. It's not always easy for me to wait for him to get home, because sometimes he gets home super late, but I just have a snack and try to tough it out. It's really important for us to try to have dinner together in the evenings, especially when he's consistently working late, because I just feel like we would miss out on a lot of time together if we ate separately and just kind of had separate evenings. So I really try to hold out and wait for him. On a night like this where Mike doesn't get home until almost 9 o'clock, it doesn't leave us with a ton of time, because we like to go to bed at like 10:30. I know it's on the early side, but Mike gets up super early for work. And so even going to bed at 10 o'clock is seriously not enough sleep. But that's when we go to bed, and we've always gone up together for bed. Even if one of us isn't tired, we still go up to bed and we'll just like hang out on our phones while the other person sleeps. I don't know. It's just been a thing in our marriage forever. Let me know if you guys are the same way with your partners. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me while I solo parented and did things around the house this evening. I feel like it's not the most exciting routine, but in all actuality, are any of them really? If you like this video, you could leave it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. It really helps out my channel. You can leave me any questions or comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos from me in the future. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.